Hello YouTube, it's Paul again. Alright, I'm just slowly getting back into the projects. It's going to be a slow time before we get back into full steam and uploading videos after the major surgery. Alright, what have we got here today? We've got back onto this Messenger Lab amplifier, which I've posted videos on before. It's one that we've finally finished as of today. I just want to show some tricks that I've put in place. The first thing that I guess all of us are bugged by is obviously aluminium. It's a very soft metal, and when we're removing the covers and putting them back, the screws get elongated, and we're forever either got missing screws or the screws don't fit; they fall out. Something that I wanted to always try, and that is use rivet nuts. These are stainless steel rivet nuts. So I've used M4 carbon steel hex head bolts. We've put the rivet nuts in, and that will now never wear out. And it looks a lot neater. You don't get any high edges. Just a lot more professional from a serviceability perspective. Rivet nuts you can get down, I've seen them as low as 3mm in size and go up to bolt size. So that's just my little tech tip for the day. The other thing that I've spent time on doing today is putting in a automatic fan controller. This is the board here. I've run the heat sensor off the centre of the board through an existing mount through to the heatsink, and used obviously thermal compound to connect that, so we've got a good connection. I wanted to get as close to the heat source as possible. The fan clicks on at about 90 degrees. Alright, so that wire neatly runs in and around down under the heatsink and into the controller. We have another set of wires that goes to the fan, which I've run a toroid on there to stop interference by the amplifier, which I was getting prior to that, so I choked that line. And then there's just one other connector to the switched power source, which I removed the bulkhead fitting and wired it in from underneath, and that goes to the on and off switch there on the front panel. Alright, so the theory is, it's not rocket science. When the amplifier gets to 90 degrees, the fan will stay on, and it will stay on until that temperature drops to 10 degrees below the 90 degrees. And that's whilst you've got power turned on to the amplifier. Alright, I'm going to now show you the small board. Okay, these are not expensive at all. I've done a bit of homework. There's a lot of different fan controllers on the market. This is the product code for this one. It was sourced off AliExpress. I bought 2 of them. The reason I buy multiples or triples of anything from China is that the fail rate is extremely high. And it's almost sometimes not even worth the hassle of the wait time to buy products from China anymore. I'd rather pay and buy local, but as we all know, buying local is not what it used to be. One, stock is an issue. Secondly, it's only mainline or mainstream products that you can see in a lot of these electronic stores these days. So you're left really no other option. Alright, so what do we have? We have the temperature sensor lead, which is a thermistor. I deliberately bought the one with an eyelet at the end. There are sensor probes with a long probe which screw in. I didn't like that idea because it puts stress on the lead while screwing in, and you can, in my experience, damage the sensor or break the wire inside the sensor, which you can't service. Then you have a cable, and this one goes from this fitting here to the fan. I'll just tip it over. No, that's the 12 volts. Yeah, so that's your 12 volt line. I cut the yellow wire off. This fitting goes to your fan. Okay. This is your positive and negative to the switch. So your negatives on the outside, positives on the inside. If you ever want to know what they are, the circuit boards are very straightforward. And underneath you can see it's marked switch, positive, negative, and up that end, DC 12 volts. You can't go astray. So the fitting that I removed was this one here, just to gain clearance inside the amplifier, and that was to the 12 volt. Okay, anyone can put these in. It takes a bit of time. It's not a fast project in confined environments, but it is something that that you guys can do for yourself. But remember, you do need thermal paste underneath, and watch where you're mounting this to, and that it doesn't touch any other tracks. So you need to make sure that it's isolated to the earth side of the circuit board, which directly goes to the heatsink. That's my thought anyway. The other thing I liked about this controller is that it has a reset button on there as well. So not that I think you need it for this. This controller also does other functions. It has other features that it does and can perform. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they were because they weren't necessary for my operation. All right, so that's my finished fan in work. I've also got a grill for the top, but I just need to get some more cable ties so that I can put that back on. And I believe that that's the amplifier. It's finally finished, and it's thermally controlled now. All right, hope you enjoyed, and remember, I would appreciate it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and hit us up on the Facebook CB and Ham restoration page on Facebook. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.